Hello everybody, and welcome to the Dungeons & Dragons, episode 7 we're on. Let's start off by saying who we are and who we play in, and yeah, and then we'll go into the recap. Let's start with Kaybes.
Okay, well, I'm Stephen, and I play Kaybes, the magnificent gladiator, Tabaxi Warlock. Kaybes is here to protect the Everfools, because of course Kaybes is the greatest of all time. A cat, that's a goat. Ironic. That's her.
That's pretty much some good summary of your character, yeah.
I am the Mythic Mystic, and I am playing Sverd Avar Skulblaka. He is a quote-unquote human sorcerer, draconic bloodline, and he just made a big discovery about their enemies last time. And we'll find out more about that soon,
When we
I
do
hope.
the recap, yeah. Brilliant. Alright, Sonia, you're up.
Yeah. I am Sonia. I'm playing Shifra, the Wood Elf Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Are you going to mention your pet, or...?
Well, no.
Wow.
Wow. I'm just kidding.
Fair enough. Cool. Moving on to Kronos.
Alright, I'm Alan, and I'm playing Kronos, a human fighter who is a former military.
Cool. Moving on to Crow.
Alright, and I am Kara, and I'm playing Crow, the rogue wizard.
Nice. And I'm Dandro Sphinx Goldheart. I'm the Dungeon Master, and I play everybody else. Okay. And in our homebrew, we have a fate coin system. And a good way of getting fate coins is by having the key things that have happened in the recap. So anybody want to give us their recap and see if they can earn some fate coins? Hello?
Okay, can I go?
Yeah, you can give it a shot, Crow.
Alright. Our heroes fight another group of cursed plant people, fighting a small unit of soldiers. Revelations were made during the chaos of battle. The party discovers that Shofra isn't actually too attached to her panther. Oh yeah, and Sverd found a way to cure the vegetable curse. Now, with Sverd mustering the rest of his magical power, can ye heal one more lettuce before it's too late? Will Kronos bring retribution upon the cabbages for grappling him? Will Crow finally land a good hit? Or will KB expand her ever-growing kill count? Find out on this episode.
I like it. Yeah, I'd say that deserves a fate coin. So I'd add another fate coin to your collection.
Okay.
Anyone else want to give it a shot?
Kaybes is a little concerned about Cypher's attitude towards cats. That's what Kaybes remembers.
Fair enough. Anything else to add to the... Anyone else want to do a recap?
I do realize that what happened last week was, not last week, 2 weeks ago, was kind of out of character, especially considering my character. But anyway, I was more concerned about my party. That's all I was. But that's really not. That's actually not my character's technical position. So I played totally out of character on that.
Mhm.
It was funny though.
Why? Do you want to recap what happened last time, from your perspective, your character, or your perspective? Do you want to give us your recap?
I'm not really good at that sort of thing.
It's alright. It's alright if everyone gives it a shot, and then we'll all piece together what happened last time.
Mm.
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm like really awkward.
It's okay. It's why we're
Welcome
playing
to the
this
club.
game.
Let's,
We're playing this game as a team.
let's just say
Yeah.
that if she were given the option to lose the party or chuck the panther in a volcano,
Oh my god.
what panther?
Panther?
What panther? What are you talking about?
Right,
Maybe
anyone
I'll
else,
find a canary or something more out here.
There you go. Be a Disney princess.
Cool. So, relevant things happened last time. Obviously, you can go check that out. But for now, you're towards the end of this fight. And if anyone else wants to give any recaps, they're welcome to before we move on.
Kaybes said her piece.
Cool.
Did he just? I said her. It has herpes. That's
No. No.
Let's move on.
good. I was so confused. For a second.
Okay, so
Aren't we all?
let's get the dice rolling, shall we? So give us all some initiative rolls then, please. And to make it easier on myself, we'll do both the non-PCs and the enemy the enemies one after the other. So we'll do non-PCs and then enemies just at the end of whatever the initiative order is.
Hopefully that'll be the last nat 1 of this session.
Yikes.
I mean, that doesn't bode well. The very first roll, nat 1.
So Sephiroth first, followed by Sved, followed by Crow, followed by KB, and Kronos. Cool.
Few stellar rolls to start us off, huh?
And so we know your Panther goes on your turn, Sophria, and is counted as a separate being, but on your turn.
Alrighty.
Right. So, do you want to kick us off?
What's your roll? I want to mark it down. Your DM initiative.
I go at the end of the combat.
Oh, okay.
I literally said that. So,
I was writing things
so
down.
to
Sorry.
save any hassle, I'll go at the end of the combat, starting with the non-PCs and then the enemies.
Yeah.
As you can guess between
Sorry,
last
I'm
time-
not.
As you can guess
I'm sorry.
between last time and this time, I've done a bit of reorganising of how I'm doing stuff.
Just a little bit.
Revision and making it better, hopefully. So yes. But yeah. So Freya, you're up.
Okay. Are we still doing like perception and
Yeah.
whatever?
So, at the start of your turn, you can do a free perception and intelligence check to get any more information from from what your character's seeing. So perception, you can see that there's this enemy, plant person, running up into the lines. And you can see that your friends are... Your party members are facing off against it.
I can't even find my intelligence on this thing. That's how smart. Oh, there we go. I'm like, I can't see it. I know it's here somewhere. Gosh. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're intelligent enough to know that who is the against your team and who is on your team, hopefully. Yeah.
Alrighty. And we don't know which element or whatever these things do. So I think since I think I'm running short on.
So a few things from last time you guys have picked up. Like not every plant thing's the same. There's different elements about them. With the glowiness. Yes.
Okay. All right, and I can see a glowy bit on this one down here by everybody else.
You certainly can. Yep. You can see one glowy bit in them. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot a regular arrow.
Okie dokie.
Moving it.
A hit.
Nice.
And I shot it over Kronos' shoulder. It's fine.
Yeah, so you see it take some, so you shave off some vines from it.
Okay. So, metal not doing great. Since it's like an iron tip, I assume. That's what I said last time.
I probably should have asked you. So you say normal arrow. What's your
My regular
what's your
arrows,
normal arrows made of though?
They would be iron tip with wood.
Oh, iron. Okay. Well, in that case, I take it you're aiming for the glowy.
I am aiming for the glowy.
And you hit it fine. So upon seeing the seeing the arrow hit it, the glowy starts pulsing, and then like implodes, and then the body scatters to the wind. There we go.
Oh, and I have a second attack.
You do.
I forgot for a second.
It's all right.
Can I can I take my bonus action in the middle of this? Like, can I cast Hunter's Mark on this guy?
So where's your second attack coming from?
From here. From me, right here. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So what's the second? So you second attack is just in your skill set, or?
Yes. That was my level 5.
Is it like a feat or something?
I don't think so. Well, let me see. Let me see how it's worded in here.
But yeah, like if it's a feat or something, then I imagine you could move and attack, considering you're not engaged in it with anyone.
If not, it's fine because I will.
No. I mean, you eliminated the target you were shooting at, so.
Where in the world does it go? It wasn't a feat, was it? I
There's
know my
also
other
fit
one.
to find things so we can read it out and understand where that comes from.
No, it just says ranger features, class features.
Yeah. So, yep. I mean, you've eliminated
It just
the
says
target.
you can attack twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Yeah. So
So
you've taken the attack action, and that's
I just have to attack now.
so you can move now. Move and your bonus action.
Okay, I was gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this fella, this green slimy, or he's not slimy, but he is in my eyes.
Cool. So casting Hunter's Mark on them.
Let's see if I actually make my hit. I'm gonna shoot another regular arrow.
Cool. And that only just hit. Control.
And then I am going to. Oh. I shot it far, far away. Oh, and I get a 6. $13 is no 12.
Cool. So yeah, you see so with this one, you aim for the glowy, but you don't quite hit it. You hit the vines in it, but you've done damage to it.
All right. Then I am finished, I believe.
Nice. Alright, Sved, you're up.
Seeing the way the battle's going, I will turn to the captain and say, if you give me a few moments, I can attempt to cure one more. If not, we can end this fight the way it is. Or whoever this official-looking person
Yep,
is next to me,
then
I'll turn
nod
and
at
say
you and say, do what you can.
Alright, then... Yeah, I'm gonna convert second level spell into sorcery points, but that means I have no more spells left, and I need next turn to convert
That's cool.
those
So
points
what does
back into third level.
channeling? What does that look like in roleplay terms? How does that look for your character?
I'm not sure it would look like anything.
Is it like focusing or?
It might be because
so the
it's something
ability
that's
is
going on
so,
internal.
Yeah. So you're like channeling your energies, aren't you? So
because it's
yeah.
it's converting spells, active spells, into sorcery points that I can then use to either modify or make new spell slots.
That's pretty sweet. So yeah.
So it would probably just be I look a bit more concentrated.
Yeah.
For a second or two. Because it's a bonus action to do that as well,
It
so it's not
definitely
the full
sounds
6
like you've got a
seconds.
focus to do that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kaybes
Okay.
knows some herbs that will help with that trouble.
And then I'll move up, but I'll make sure to say I can only do one more right now.
Okay.
I'll move
the person
up.
you were talking to seems to acknowledge that.
And I'll say I'll try and go for the further one since that's not an immediate threat as well.
Cool.
And then, do I have any? Yeah, I don't have any. Minor illusion is not large enough. So yeah, that's gonna be my turn. Is just that.
But still, it's a necessary turn, so that's good.
Mhm.
And then Crow, I think you're up.
Hmm. Right. Do I have to roll the perception and intelligence?
If you want to know what's going on, yeah. But you don't have to. I mean, that's your call.
Well, there's this thing, right? So do I?
Well, you see the wall, yeah.
Yeah. So do I see beyond that?
Well, you see KB on it. Yeah, I don't think you need to roll perception or intelligence for that.
Yeah. So the wall's blocking my view of whatever is
but
up here.
also, like, roll it anyway, and then I can
Okay.
expand on what you roll.
Let me just check for perception. Okay.
Yeah, perception and intelligence, please. So this is not the player's perception and intelligence. This is for your character, obviously.
Oh, 2 sevens.
So yeah, as far as you can tell, the fighting around where you are has stopped, and you know there's things happening around the corner, but obviously there's a wall in the way. So you might want to walk around the corner first.
Yeah. So
So do that, and then work out what you're doing. Because your character's obviously here.
Yeah.
Line of sight. But from the perception, you can hear something happening around the corner.
Okay, so seeing that there's not much to do there on the backside, Crow just goes, "Well, job's done here," and just walks back up here.
Yeah.
Right, nice shot, Soph. Anyway. So yeah, those guys. Yeah, they're a good distance away. So yeah, not much I can do at this range, considering magic has a chance of accidentally giving them a 1-up or something. So I'm gonna end my turn here.
Cool.
Kaybes.
Yeah.
Okay, since these fellows are allies, would they let me pass through their area so I can get next to this one if I...
So, kick off your turn with a rolls of perception and intelligence, please. So, perception, you know there's fighting going on over there, and then intelligence is...
I know it's a really good fight.
You know exactly what's happening over there, yeah.
KB probably would have also seen me talking with the captain and my mannerisms.
Yeah.
So you might be able to ascertain that I'm going to try and heal another.
Yeah. So your question
Kaybes
was,
has a running plan.
do you think that they would
let
you through?
Yeah, because
the
it's
cat.
a 5 foot space.
So with the intelligence of 20, I'd imagine you would find far easier to run along the wall and jump down than run through them.
But that I wouldn't have enough movement if I'm running against this wall and then jump down. I want to get beside this one, using my feline agility.
How much movement does that give you?
It doubles my movement, so it would be 60 foot of movement. And then I don't
5,
want to
10,
use
15,
action.
20, 25. Get you to the same place, but sure.
So I would be able to get to here then, will I, if I just run across the wall?
Yeah, I'd imagine,
I
yeah.
missed it out. Okay, I'll do that and use my
Because that's like
feline agility.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Okay.
25, 30, 35.
And
What's your speed?
well, it'd be now with feline agility, it would be 60.
Yeah.
I
so-
need to get next to it in touching distance, slow,
Yeah.
for my plan.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna run across here. Paws down, tail up, jump down beside it. Now the glowing, now that I'm next to it, the glowing core.
Yeah.
Would I actually be able to get my paws on it, just like to touch it?
You can certainly try.
Okay, because I want to try remove curse.
Okay.
Which is,
And can you read to us what remove curse ability is?
It says, at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. If the object is a cursed magical item, the curse remains, but the spell breaks, and its owner's attunement to the object can be removed. So is broken, so it can be removed or discarded. So I'm gonna try to heal this thing. I've seen this dispel magic works. I'm going to try a remove curse to see if that also works for.
So it's up on touched, is it?
It's touch, yes. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a range spell. It's a touch spell.
So give us a roll of what would that be? Dexterity? Some sort of a dexterity roll.
Acrobatics, if that's dexterity. So
sure. Let's go acrobatics, mate. Yeah.
okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you've placed your hands on the glowy, dodging the vines. Yeah.
And channel my remove curse into it to see if that does anything.
And it just happens, does it?
Yep. There's no roll for it. It happens. I just remove all curses.
So upon releasing it, and basically the vines themselves seem to shrink and retract into the glowy, and then the glowy itself diminishes, revealing a soldier.
Right. And as a bonus action, Kaybes is going to turn red with a cocky grin and say,
Sorry, can you repeat that? That was it was. Can you repeat what you said?
KB turns to Sved with a cocky grin and just says, just kind of like, you're not the only one who can do that.
Fair enough. Cool.
She's a bit competitive.
So when you take your hand away from when you've taken your hand away from where you just cured it, in your hand is seems to be like a shriveled, like a chestnut. No, not chestnut. Like a like a conker, but it's got like what's that? Horse chestnut.
Yeah, horse chestnut, that's the
Yeah.
conkers.
So it's like a horse chestnut casing. It's about the size of an orange. And yeah, you have that in your hand, but it looks shriveled. Like, yeah.
Can I crush it?
Do
With
you
my
want
hand?
to crush it?
Well, I know these things are like a bit dangerous. KB is like she's in full showboating mode.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
mean,
She's had this success.
roll us a strength check, please.
Oh, great! That's my worst.
So you
Nope.
attempt to crush it, and you end up pricking yourself a bit, but not much to cause damage, but you can't crush it.
KB meant to do that.
Cool. So
That's the end of my turn.
There you
Oh,
go.
KB's turn.
All right. Well, looks like I finally get a breather. No, Crow's already gone. Yeah, that's fine. So it was KB and then me.
Mhm. Yep.
We rock, paper, scissors, and I didn't do so well, so here we are. Well, it sounds like the fighting's slowing down, so I guess I might as well see what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's a big army.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I probably don't even have line of sight on this dude, so I'm just gonna say, oh, hey, it looks like we're done.
Yeah. I mean, are you saying that to anyone particularly, or are you just saying it to yourself?
Nope, just standing, taking a breather. Happy to not be, encased in
Roll
vines.
us a perception and an intelligence check, please. As you come
Sure
around the corner.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the intelligence.
Yep, the fight is done. And your perception.
And perception.
So you're more focused on the fact that your iron sword has two or three chunks out of it where you've hit these things in the, and you dispatched them fine, but it seems to have taken chunks of your sword with them.
That's unfortunate. That was my favorite store-bought sword.
Well, it's iron, isn't it?
Yep.
So yes, just make note of that.
All right, and that'll be my misinformed to go.
Cool. So it's the non-PCs. So these two knights that you've freed go to flank around. But they survey the battlefield, and there's one left. And so you relay to this that you are going to cure one of them with your spell. Is that right, Sved?
That I can attempt to cure one.
Okay, so what they're going to do is surround this guy. And they're going to pin them with their halberds, so you get advantage on whatever you're trying to do. While the three keep watch. Cool, that's their turn. And then the plant creature itself is going to attempt to grapple, which it does. Cool. So that's in the mix of grappling that person in front of them. So then we go back to the top of the round. Sifra, you're up.
Okay. All right. So I will have my hunter's mark. Or what?
You can move it closer if you want.
Okay. We're all good with. Okay, whatever happens. Okay. I will place my hunter's mark on this guy here. Let's see, I just need
What's
to be
the
within
range
90.
of the? What's the range of it?
It's 90.
Then yeah, you can certainly do that.
And then I will attack with a.
Gonna be heartless about it.
Okay, does anybody else. Can I ask my people? Does anybody else have like a dispel? Is that what it was?
So you can certainly
That's
do
what
that.
I'm.
Can rollers a perception and intelligence check? Perception, yeah, you heard the plan,
You have one left.
and you're
Oh.
intelligent enough to understand the plan. You know that Sved is working on some magic.
He's got one. And there's nobody else on our
there's
like
no,
he's
no,
the last
no
guy.
enemies, no. And you are intelligent enough to know that this army isn't fighting you.
I am going to come hang out with this individual.
Cool.
Hi, how's it going? Has it been a long day?
Greetings, well met, and we'll just finish this up, and then we can exchange pleasantries.
No, I want to talk right now. I'm just kidding. Okay, all right, my turn's over.
Clearly you're not moving.
I mean, those guys up there look like they're handling it, so no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm done.
You notice that there's a mix of male and female soldiers, and the one you're talking to happens to be a lady. She's like,
Oh, well, I apologize.
I mean,
It's the armor.
well, there's a man and a woman, so we've got all the things covered, so it's fine. Anyway, yeah, just from your perception. That's what that was.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay, I'm finished.
And your perception tells you that these two seem slightly higher ranked than the ones with shields.
Is that why you don't want to talk? You think you're better than me?
Ooh.
Okay, I'm done. For real.
Cool. Svad, I think that's you.
Yep. So, before anything, I convert all of my sorcery points into the last spell I will use for this long rest, a third level spell. Dispel magic. Oh wow, that has a much larger range than I thought. I thought it was 60 feet. No, it's 120.
I think you're in range.
I'm not sure. I might have to move just a bit closer.
Hmm.
Get out the measuring tape. Gotta be sure.
I'm gonna step here because I don't think I have line of sight because all of the bodies. And I'm going to reach out, and snap my fingers, and dispel magic.
And that one just
and
happens
it
as well,
is-
doesn't it?
No.
No?
So if it is a third level or lower spell, it ends immediately. For anything above that, I have to roll, and the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
In that case, give us a roll.
And for it, I'm using my spell casting ability, which is +7. Did I set that up? I did. 23.
Oh, yeah. Nailed it. Cool.
So I reach out, I snap my fingers, I see that's working, and I lean heavily on my staff. because I am
Knackered.
completely. I'm not injured in any way,
Cool.
but I'm exhausted.
So similar to what happened with Kaybes one, except this one, the thing that's left behind, no, it falls to the ground, obviously, instead of coming off in your hand. So yes.
Because I'm not next to it.
Give us a roll of a perception and intelligence check, please.
All right.
Yeah, it worked, and cool. So that concludes the end of the combat. And we'll do a bit of role playing. So they all line back up and get to the posts.
I'll step over here with Sofra.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. So the lady that you're already talking to says, "Hello, well met. Welcome to our outpost. We have come from the northern settlements, and we are basically holding this path open for a supply train."
What was the
supplies.
name of the town we left?
The name that you left, or where you go?
Yeah, that the arena was.
It's in my notes that I don't have right now.
Okay, because out of character, I don't think I have learned that. But Spared would know.
Yeah.
KB steps forward and says, "Hello, KB's name is KB, and these are KB's Wildcats. You're welcome, by the way."
Excuse.
Have a look. It's in the Sun Elf Empire.
Oh.
It's not Sol Prime. Did I put it in there? Did I not put it in there yet? It's in my notes somewhere. That I don't have one.
Okay. Then I tell them that we've been traveling from X town.
Yeah.
And we met with Captain Tristan and his crew, and he said to
brilliant.
travel further north.
So tell us more about. So are they on their way back? On the way? Which way are they going? Tristan's team. Because he came through a little while ago, and he was heading south to spread, let people know what's happening up here, and to set up a supply run. So yeah.
We met them on the road to the town. They were continuing south.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. So it's good to know that they're okay. So do you guys have you encountered many of these beings before? You seem to have handled them pretty well.
This is our third encounter with a group of them.
We've been dealing with these. These are like the stragglers that are coming across from the Shadowlands. And we don't know how they're getting across the water because we've barred the way further north, the Great Bridge. And our fortress up there is holding them off there. But we don't know how they're making it across the water. And we are trying to find the resources to find how they're doing it, basically, how they're getting across. Would you mind heading north? And we've got a main camp up north, and they'll give you supplies and more information of what's going on.
Supplies would be useful.
We can use all the able-bodied we can get.
Uh,
You're in luck, because Kaybes' body is very able.
do you know anything more about these? I'm able to dispel this whatever it is, plague, curse. Do you know what it is though?
We have some information. Different types of magic seem to work on different ones, and then not on others. Some and we've just like from what we've gathered so far, or what we know of in at least in that outpost, and obviously any information you can provide is good. But yeah, they seem to be different types, literally different materials. So sometimes wood affects them really badly, and then other times it doesn't affect them at all. And same with like iron. So iron like can one-shot them, and then other times it doesn't do anything. We're still working out what's going on, basically. We do know that the vines seem to spread on touch, and if you get encased with them too much, they can overtake you. Which is why our patrols always we always patrol in teams of 2. So if you're getting into trouble, and then you can then your teammate can pull it off of you, so you don't get consumed. So that's a tactic that we found useful, and that's everything we know so far. But please relay any more information to our outpost up north.
Did you know about the ability to dispel it before?
So we know of a couple of ways of curing our people. So dispel and cure wounds, cure curses, both help. To different effects on different things, though. Again, the same with the materials that you're fighting it with. Different magic seem to have different effects on different ones. We don't know the connection of it yet. We don't know why. So perhaps that's something you can look into as a magic practitioner.
Have you found any non-magical means to remove this curse?
So far, when we've dispatched them with non-magical means, they, as you can see, they turn to dust, leaving no trace of the former being of who they were, or in fact, any of the items that they are carrying with them. They seem to turn to dust. But magical means seems to be the only way we found to reverse any of it. So
interesting.
KB does have an idea. Maybe if these glowing cores, if they could be physically removed from the victim, maybe that would help.
This is a little bit above our pay grade. But please do consult the Red Wizard up north, and he'll help distribute work. Basically, any information you've got, he will reward you handsomely, and hopefully find a way to stop these without, dissipating our friends.
How much further north?
Literally, head north for about 2 days, and you'll come to a gate, and then literally half a day past the gate, and you'll reach our outpost. which is where we've set up to combat these ones that are making their way across the water. And then there's actually a town right in the north that is actually combating the threats coming over the bridge. So, yeah. So 2 days to the gatehouse, and then a day past that. And there's no deviation from the path. No, just head up the road.
Good. Out of character, if I remember correctly, it is dusk or very late.
You were coming to bedtime, weren't you?
Yeah.
And they offer you, like, you can camp here, and we'll keep
I was
watch for you
about
guys.
to ask that.
Yeah, we'll keep watch for you. So yeah, please rest up, and yeah.
Going to
So
come over.
they'll cover the watches for you, so you all can have a full rest.
And add, what did you call it? A horse chestnut shell?
Yes. So it's about the size of like an apple, but like shriveled, with like thorny bits coming out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so the different ways that so one of them was remove the curse, wasn't it? That's the one that shriveled, and KB tried to crush but didn't. And then the dispel magic one seems to it's still got structure to it. So it's still quite. So if it was a piece of fruit ripe. Yeah.
Interesting.
Kaybes would suggest if we're going to keep this, we should keep it wrapped up in maybe a burlap sack or something.
So
until we get this red wizard who might be able to examine it.
Can everyone do a perception and intelligence check, please?
Okay. Kaybes is very perceptive, but not that bright.
Cool.
I see nothing, but understand a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe we can combine our scores.
Oh, so Sophia, so basically, where Sved dispelled the 2 knights, where they were dispelled, there seems to be 2 more of these fruits.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she notes that, I'm going to collect all of them.
Yep. I mean, it's up to you to roleplay that.
I mean, carefully, I would suggest.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I haven't got any more spell slots left, so I can't do anything.
Neither do I. I'm not going to use Mage Hand, because that seems like it would be a bad idea to use magic. So if I have an extra pouch, I'm going to use the end of my staff and flick it into the pouch.
Okay. Your staff.
Yes, my
Is
wooden
your
staff.
Magic or?
It's an arcane focus.
Was this like their cores, maybe? Shriveled cores.
Let's just bring up my
So
sheet
it's
online.
not technically magical. It has no power of itself, but it is used for channeling magic.
Yeah. So what's your staff made of?
Most likely wood, maybe some intricate carvings along the top. Maybe a gemstone in the top? I don't know.
Roll a 20. Just a straight 20 for me.
Roll a d20.
Yeah.
18.
Yep, it's fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay.
So that was the first one. What did you do with the second one?
We've
Right.
got one shriveled and one new, so.
So the one in your the one in KB's hand is shriveled. The one that Svad dispelled first, that was that one, and then there's two more from the knights that you've killed. So
yeah. So I got the one up there, and then there should be one
Does that depend on
there and
already know?
one there, I think.
Yep. So So are you doing the same? Are you putting them all in the same bag, or separate bags?
I might see if I can get different bags for each of them.
Okay.
See if I can
Yeah,
from other people.
Yeah, that the soldiers are happy to give you two separate bags. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try, and this time instead of using my staff, I'm gonna use the wooden stake, but it is still made of wood.
Yep. Give us
Because I have
roll
one
of the
more.
give us
Can't you
another
just
D20 roll, please.
Can't you just open the bag and put it over, like, the thing on the ground?
You can
and
scoop
then-
it up with the bag. Yep.
Yeah, I could just
That works too.
over the. So roll a d20 for that, or no?
No, you don't. You don't need.
Okay.
Depends on what the bag's made of, but I'm gonna say nah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So
Okay, we get
on
a
your
bag for this
persons, so you've got 3 bags with them, and then KB's got a
Yeah.
shriveled one. What are you doing? So when you're placing them on you, where are you placing these bags?
I am currently not placing them on me. I am putting them in a separate pile away from people, but that we can still keep an eye on.
Okay, cool. Good job. I'm gonna sleep with them right next to me.
No.
Yeah. Cool.
Very much no. Probably, if we have a fire going, probably close enough that you could just boot it into the fire.
Yeah. I mean, so this is literally you're setting up your camp. So set up your camp however you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna set them next to the fire, not close enough that they'll get burned, but close enough that they could easily be put in the fire.
Cool. And what are you doing with your shriveled one, KB?
Put it in a sack, and I'm going to. Leave it out for now. But when we're traveling, I'll have it in a side pocket in my pack.
Okay. Cool. So we're going into the night. We don't need to do 3 different checks because the soldiers are covering that for you. So, is there anything you want to do in the night other than sleep?
This is a long rest, right?
It is a long rest, yes.
Okay.
What happened to the book that Peach had?
Oh yeah, she had a fairy fire book.
She did, but she went with Tristan,
Yeah.
didn't she? Did she?
Well, that's weird.
Did she pass it off? Did she pass it off to anyone before she left?
Don't think so. So
Nope. So
it's
she's
gone.
got that.
Well,
good.
that's oof.
It's alright.
Oh well, we can find another one probably. I don't know. Maybe.
So this is an opportunity to maintain your weapons, make ammo,
Yeah.
this sort of thing. So
I'll make fire arrows. I'm running out.
okay, give us 2 D20 rolls, then, please, separately.
Just regular D20s.
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming.
roll a D20.
Oh.
It's okay. So your first attempt was a nope, so probably tired, so you probably slept. And then the second attempt was you did it. Give us a roll of a D6.
Oh,
So you
come on.
managed 1.
Oh.
Good job.
Still fatigued.
Good job.
But see, I don't sleep. I meditate, right? I'm
So good, but you get
so
so you got a fire arrow from that. Good job.
Okay.
that is pretty bogus. I mean, not from you. I mean, me.
You made more use of the in combat. But it's all good. It's all good. So, yes.
KB wants
Anyone
to
else do
try to
anything?
find some... Yes, KB wants to try to find some flint around the rocks, and if you can
Can
find
you
them...
get closer to your mic or something? Because it sounds
Hello,
like you're...
is that better?
Yep.
Okay. KB wants to find some flint if she can find it.
Some flint?
Yes.
Give us a perception roll, please.
11.
You find a piece of flint.
KB is going to try to attempt to flint nap some arrowheads in case the metal arrowheads stop working for some of these things.
Okay. So you're making some arrowheads out of flint.
Yes.
Give us a straight roll of a 20 again, please.
19.
You do it. Give us a roll of a d6. You get 4 of them.
Okay. So I don't use arrows myself, but we do have a few arrow users, so we can replace the iron flint arrowheads with flint arrowheads in case we encounter any of these things where iron is ineffective.
Are you saying that to people?
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying it to anyone specific, or?
Yep, so that's what I'm doing. I relay my plan, so if anybody wants the arrowheads, I've got 4 of them.
I use them and Kronos uses them, as far as I know. Yes.
What arrows?
Yeah.
So you can divide them between yourselves and like replace your iron arrowheads. Divide them
That's
as
fine.
you will.
All right.
Sferd, being extremely tired, is going to write down what he's learned and some other things,
Cool.
and then immediately pass the frick out.
Nice. Cool.
Because he is completely tapped of all of his resources magically.
Good, good. And then Crow, what are you up to?
I'm going to ask the soldiers if they can spare a flask of oil.
Oil? Like?
Yeah. Like lamp oil.
Yeah, absolutely. They're happy to give you a flask. Nay, 2
One.
flasks of oil.
2 flasks.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, KB
Specifically
means,
for like lantern oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, is this the part where we have the going into the rest till the next morning then?
Yeah, I think we're wrapping it up.
Okay,
So,
in that case, if everyone's asleep, 1 is Cypher, 2 Sverd, 3 Crow, and 4 Kronos. So that's going to be Crow. In the morning, you wake up and KB is just like crouching next to you, staring at you intently. She's a cat, so this is these are things cats do. If you've ever owned a cat, they just she's a little bit more feral than most tabaxi.
And enjoying the show? What are you doing?
Okay.
Now.
KB just watching. KB just watching.
Okay then.
Don't worry, Crow. You're not a blonde person.
Right. I'm gonna turn the other way.
Just gonna roll over and go back to sleep. Cool. Cool.
Well, that was the morning, so you might as well get up.
Yeah, so literally you wake up to like a breakfast being cooked, like field rations. So a free meal Free breakfast.
Nice. Anyway, don't mind me, cause Crow's been having some strange dreams. Long resty.
Tell us about your dreams.
Some vague dreams about the future.
Ah. Oh,
Does it involve KB?
oh, that's right. I forgot about what type of wizard you are.
Some vague
Oh, that's
dreams about the
really
future
good.
that won't make sense to Crow until it happens.
Cool, cool.
That's right.
This okay.
Cool.
Very good.
Okay,
Very useful.
can everybody roll a constitution check, please?
Oh dear.
Concentration?
Constitution.
A constitution.
Yes.
Technically, they're the same thing for spellcasters.
Uh-huh.
Save or
thank you.
check?
Check.
Check. Okay.
Yeah,
I
everyone's
accidentally did
fine.
save.
No worries.
Hmm.
Carry on with your day. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, you'll head north. Keep going.
Gonna grab the pouches
Yep, they
and
send you on your way. And you're ready
Very-
for a scene change.
I'm just away from computer for a minute. I'll be back here in about a minute.
Okay.
how do I?
Still got the mic, so I can still talk.
Okay.
Sphere doesn't. He has a satchel, but he doesn't really have a backpack. So he'd probably affix the 3 separate pouches outside his satchel, away from his body,
Okay.
to make sure he could keep an eye on them, but that they're not up against his body.
That seems like a smart thing to do.
Back.
Welcome back.
2 days. I don't have the materials yet.
Cool. Just giving everyone control of their peoples. So as you head north along the road, it seems to be grassland, similar to the first part of when you were heading north. Nice winding roads, nice and sunny. Put yourselves in marching order, whichever way you want to be on the path.
As you
Which
go
way
in
is front?
marching order.
So you're coming from here, and you're going over there.
Yes, Kaybes will take the lead.
I'll go second.
I'm good. Right here.
Cool.
I would talk a little bit with Kaybes.
Yep. So this is a
So-
bit more role playing time. So yeah.
So you're able to cure them, dispel, however we're talking about it as well?
Apparently, yes. Kaybes,
I
give it a
didn't-
try.
I honestly didn't think that would work. That was a spur of the moment. I was about to just blast the thing. It turned into a mounted knight. Completely changes everything.
Kaybes can't do that too often. Kaybes has limited magical capacity as a warlock. But does recover faster.
Yeah, I understand a bit about how that works. But it changes things.
Why does it have to be that complicated? We can save who we can save, and anyone we can't, we'll just have to kill. It's not that difficult.
If it makes it makes you feel any better, just think of curing them as giving them a second wind. They were dead the moment the vines got to them.
I suppose.
Maybe as a lifelong devotee of the gladiatorial arts, there are things you must do. KB's taken a lot of lives, but that is just all in a day's work for a gladiator. You can only do what you can do. You can't, if you can't save everyone, then you can't save everyone. Just kill the rest. Save who you can save, kill the rest.
While we're on the topic, this would have been useful to know earlier, few days ago, when we
You're
were
right.
supposed to bring a certain person back alive.
It would have been useful to know, but we didn't know anything about whatever this is.
KB
Well,
was never going to bring
I-
Crossbow back alive.
I also did not have the capability to do that at the time.
Well, I guess on the bright side, this fruit seems a bit interesting.
Yes, it does. And I'll subconsciously touch where the pouch is attached, not the pouch itself. Just making sure.
No, I love it. As you've noticed by now, there's reasons why I'm asking the questions I'm asking. Cool.
Which is why I'm giving more descriptors.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna fill the fruit up. Oops. Yeah, cool.
And you
Just
notice that
remember
Sverre's
that.
being more conscious of where his bag is.
Exactly.
Just make sure to keep your eyes on it.
Yes, indeed.
So you've got 3 fruits on you, haven't you?
Yes, I've got 3 whole fruit,
That's
I
right.
guess.
We're just making notes. Okay, cool.
In separate pouches affixed to the outside of my bag, away from my body.
Yeah, exactly.
Just remember, these are about the size of apples. Don't get up in the night wanting a snack and just grab one and start chewing.
They're
How do you reckon they taste?
No, there is only one way to find out.
Why? That thought crossed my mind as well, but I don't think we should.
Well, you've got a shriveled one, haven't you, KB? So you never know.
Yeah, I don't think KB doesn't think that's going to be that tasty. But we got this red wizard we have to talk to. If we take these fruits to him, maybe he can tell us more about them.
Yes, indeed. Is anyone keeping an eye out?
It's okay. So you're going along.
That was
Kaybes.
in character.
Yeah.
Spare-
KB, give us a perception roll, please.
Oh, yeah. Getting the nat 20s today.
Yeah. Literally, the path is clear. Rolling hills seem fine. Gravy, baby. You walk for hours as you're chatting. It's coming to midday, and you're walking along. Cool. So that's your first half of your day.
Maybe
Anything
we should
people
have.
want to do as you're walking?
Maybe we should have bartered for those horses.
I doubt they'd be willing to give that up.
Is there any small or medium game I can see as we're walking along?
No, it seems fairly clear of anything, really. You do find along the road some dandelions, and that's it. Nothing of
Well,
note.
you can eat them. You can eat the dandelion leaves. That makes a good
You
salad.
can, yeah. Cool.
Should
As
we
long as
take
the
some?
fox hasn't whittled on them.
I can clean just about anything.
Cool. So you've reached halfway point, and are you setting are you stopping for midday, or are you carrying on?
Does anyone need a
pace
rest?
what pace are we keeping? Like,
That's up to you guys as a group. What
I was
pace are you
asking
keeping?
the party.
Yeah.
I'd say we don't really need to sneak, so we can go a normal pace, or if we want to get there faster, go on a forced march for like the last part of the day, which will increase our speed, I think.
Okay. Because if we're doing forced march, I would recommend breaks. If we're just moving casually, we can eat on the move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm happy with either. We're already like halfway through the day, so we can do like a forced march until our we come to our sleep for the night. Just like get us a bit further ahead.
Cool. Is that what you did?
Shall we? Or...
Sferd would not be happy about it, but he would.
I mean, it's your choice. Like, literally, this is up to the group.
So that's one for yes, one for no. Anybody else?
I'm fine with either.
Yeah, same.
It's all down to Kronos, Len.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Normal speed or forced march?
He's a military boy.
Forced.
Okay, forced march it is.
I love you guys' decision making. Yes, no, I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, let's do it. But do which one? All of them. Good. I'm glad we sorted it out. So,
I mean, unless the Panther has a vote.
Now.
You carry on as you go in. None of you are particularly exhausted. You're just walking normal speed. Cool. Give us a second D20 roll. Second perception roll, please. Yeah. So as you keep going, it's fairly uneventful, and you're coming into the evening now. You've been walking all day.
Any particularly good camping spots?
Roll a perception check.
Or would this be... Oh no, they're the same. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's the same.
thing. So,
It's the same
you're not
stat
sure. You're
plus
not used
zero.
to camping out.
Valid. Very much. Sferd would not be used to camping out.
No, you're not. It's almost like you guys have told me your backstory. But you're not sure. But you have a party of party around you who might be more experienced in finding a campsite.
I feel like Sferd would start to suggest a not too good location. Like, is this... What about this?
What about on the road?
Yes.
Nope.
Eh?
Well,
He's not getting a no.
He's not getting any
Well-
answer. People.
Any trees about?
With that previous perception, not really. It seems to be like rolling hills of grass.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few bushes.
Okay. So just pull off to like a convenient flat bit that's the ground slightly more elevated, if we can. So if
Yeah.
it starts raining, we're not going to be in a puddle.
You can certainly do that. Is that what you're doing as a party? You're pulling off and setting up camp?
I will follow the wild person's lead on camping in the wild.
The wild, but wild as in crazy, not wild as in feral.
mean,
City
Gladiator.
gang.
She's very much a city girl, Katie
Yeah,
is,
I was
but,
gonna say.
Oh,
City gang.
I'm not.
she's just a bit more feral than
Cool.
than
Are you
Waterbury.
gonna teach these
let's
noobs how
have
to camp, or?
I mean, this is
Go for a set up the camp.
but
Give us an intelligence check.
Me?
Me?
Or
Both
someone
of you.
else?
Who?
Oh. Better than her usual roll for intelligence.
KB knows best. KB, clearly, this is how you do it.
I'm fine.
Yeah, so
Because-
KB, you're leading this camping.
Yeah,
Right now.
Kaybes like march off with all the authority she thinks
Yep.
she has. She's like got an ego the size of a small planet.
small planet.
She's gonna like order people to, like bring like fine stones to put them in a ring, so we can like find wood and put it in the and make a campfire that way.
Yep.
So she knows about the stone rings.
Chronos,
Stick it
you
off the bar.
got any input in this?
I mean, Sferd would probably start setting up his tent.
I love it. It's just like,
We need like the we need the fire first, so you can set up the tents around the fire.
We already have where the fire's going, so I should be able to set up the tent. Very much back and forth.
yeah.
And while he's setting up the tent, he'll have his mage hand go and collect some rocks.
So you need somebody else's tent then.
Clearly, KB's fire is certainly the most splendid fire and the most warming.
Resplendent.
So you're constructing a fire out of rocks. Is that right?
That's just for the outside. So you
A fire
yeah,
spit.
the way KB understands it, you put rocks in a ring and then you put your
So
firewood
me
in
as
the
a
ring.
person, I know 5 different ways of making a campfire, but does KB know this?
Oh yeah.
I'm going with what KB. KB's like read you know this old serial comics used to get like in the 40s.
Yeah.
Like,
Haven't you seen
men's
the
camping and all that kind of
posters
thing.
of Alabama?
Read one of those once on a privy, so.
Yeah. Okay, can I have
Just trying to remember.
everybody roll the individual intelligence checks, please?
If there's something Sferd knows, it's fire.
Me too.
Is this where we reveal somebody as a pyromaniac?
So, yeah, both Crow and Sved know actually how to make a campfire. Whether they say anything is up to them.
I'm surprised they're letting KB go along as she is, but
I mean, it's up to
Yeah.
you guys to roleplay it.
Crow just
Spared,
leans over to
see-
Zavir.
Yeah,
Get a load of this cat.
I know, right? Now, do we want to make one for warmth or cooking? Because that would depend on how we stack it.
oh, hang on a second, where's my voice change?
This is
Depends
hush
on
tone.
whether KB and Cypher can find game.
I love how the science kids are like, this is how you actually do it, but we won't tell them. We just we just watch them.
You're just like off laughing and then look at what she's doing over there.
I love it. So you guys
Yeah, I
are in the midst of
game, but I thought you said there was nothing around.
yeah. So you're in the midst of gathering stones, sorting out your tents. KB, can I have everyone roll a perception check, please?
Surprisingly, Spirit's paying attention at this point.
Hold on.
So,
I do it.
Okay.
so literally,
Okay.
so as you guys are like discussing how actually to make a fire, you hear like rumble in the background, almost like rain's coming.
Oh. Can I hang out in someone's tent tonight? Because, like, all I have is a bedroll.
So, how many
This isn't
people
the jungle.
actually have tents? Because I know I specifically
Yeah, I know.
made sure to do the currency and buy a tent.
Kaybes got a tent as well, so it's not a two-person tent.
Yeah. So that's like 5 by 7 feet.
So combining
Not very big.
Combining Sved and Crow's perception and intelligence check, you've got about half an hour before the storm hits.
KB won't let any of the men into her tent. She will only have share the tent with women.
I mean, okay, so you setting up your tent now?
Sure.
I'm-
KB looks up. She says, "This may not be a jungle, but KB hears a rumble."
Yeah. So literally, what's everyone doing with the storm coming in?
I'm going to build my tent so the open flap points towards the fire.
Okay, so points towards the fire. Can
Knowing
everybody
fire.
roll a survival check, please?
Oh dear. Oh god.
11.
Oh, 6.
Wait a minute. Yikes.
Oof.
So, luckily, it's almost like Kronos and Sophia like camp out a lot more than you guys do, and yeah, you want to be facing away from where the wind's blowing, so you don't create like kites out of your tents.
That makes sense.
Also, you want to peg them down and actually anchor them, so that
Yes.
Yep.
you don't
Okay.
become
Using
Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz.
I mean, KB knows that much, but all she's seen is, like I said, is this like comic book type manual.
I love it because literally the roles are telling us that story, aren't they? So it's literally, I know how to do this, and then the kids that do know how to do it, they're like, let's just let her do it.
It's like my first camping trip or something.
I love it. Cool. Okay, so who's in whose tent? Who's in what tent? How many tents have you got?
Kaybes is not.
Two?
You have 2 tents.
You've got 2 tents. Okay.
Kaybes not gonna let Crow or Kronos in her tent.
Right, yeah,
so
Nope.
KB said it was a girls only tent,
So
so
we've got girls and boys
it's
tents.
gonna be
Seems
a
fair.
tight fit.
Seems
but
fair. How big are these tents? Do we know? Are they like one person tent
It's-
with 3 people in each, or?
It says
Mine's a 2-person tent, but if there's 2 more women other than KB, they can like squeeze in.
yeah.
But the reason, in KB's mind, she is the most beautiful female to ever walk the earth. So, she
So
can't trust
you've got
males.
KV and so have you got your Panther in there with you?
yes.
So you all just
But-
crammed in there.
Mine's a 2-person as well, so it's gonna be cramped.
Nice.
I
Oh, dear.
a no boys allowed sign and post it outside of the tent.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
BOYZ.
For Z, so people know you're serious.
Oh, it should have been BOIS. Dang. I scribble it out and write BOIS. Right?
Cool. Brilliant. Okay. So KB's tent and Sved's tent, isn't it? Cool. So KB, roll us a flat, straight D20, please.
17.
Nice. You have good rolls today.
Kind of.
Let me just look this up. Okay. Yeah. So describe to us your tent for us, please.
It's just very simple tent. It's you know that it's and like a it's like it's longer than it is thin. It's just walls, like square walls up, and then like a triangle bit on top.
Yeah.
And it's anchored down.
What colour is it?
It's brown.
Brown. Nice.
It's nothing fancy.
What's the entrance look like?
The entrance is something you can like peg open to leave open, or it's got buttonholes to keep it shut, and they like overlaps to like keep the wind out.
Okay. And here's the important question: is it like sealed? Like, is it closed or open?
Well, if we're all going to bed, I'm going to seal it.
Well,
if,
it's
you
not
finish
quite
with me.
bedtime yet. It's just there's a storm coming.
Okay, so I'll have it like pegged open to like while we're still up, and then I'll peg it shut once we all settle
Okay.
in. for
So
the night.
it's coming in like into evening, and then you can see the patter of rain coming. That's cool. And Sved, can I get a roll from you, please? Straight 20. Yeah. And can you describe describe your tent and entrance?
So, probably 7 by 6, because that's roughly A-frame design. So, post at the front, going all the way up, post at the back, going all the way front, in the middle, and then the guidelines would make it an A-frame. Most A-frames have openings on both ends. I'd have one sealed, and then until everyone's in, and then I'd make sure to shut the front one.
Cool.
And then it cramped, and yeah, fun. Fun
What
times.
colour is it?
Right. Dry.
Either a white or a gray canvas.
Well,
You should-
it's
Treated
your choice what
canvas.
colour it is. So.
Gray canvas.
And have you left the flat open or closed?
Once everyone is inside, and I would make sure everyone's inside before the rain comes, and I would seal
Got a
it.
choice.
Cool. So you've left the girls out there. They can fend for themselves. Cool.
Yeah.
I-
If it's raining, we're going to get in the tent and seal it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I was
that's what I'm
gonna
saying.
make sure
So-
everyone's inside.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So you are both nice and safe in your tents, yeah?
What time is it?
It's like evening.
Are we gonna rest soon?
Well, you haven't had anything to eat yet. I presume you want to eat or
Right.
read
Well-
or something in the evening.
start
We can have
pulling
our
out.
rations in the
But
tent, in the
We
tents.
have ration. We have a few rations,
Mhm.
right?
You don't want to go find some jerky cows?
But yeah, so right now all you guys hear is the rain on the outside of your tent. Okay, so that's the evening. So we're going into the evening bit. So anyone want to do any reading or anything in the tent?
Shame I haven't got any leather on me. I can do some leather working.
That's true, but probably not the space to do that in the tent with two other people in a one-man tent.
It's a two-person tent, and
Okay, two-person tent.
Two-person
You still
tent.
got 3 bodies in there.
Two people and a big cat. Well,
Exactly.
two big cats.
Yeah.
Well,
I would.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and fashion a guideline in between the 2 pillars in my tent to try and hang stuff on, so it's out of our way more.
okay, what's everyone else doing? So what are the other? What's Kronos and Crow doing? You still got you still got plenty of time in the evening. It's just you're stuck in a tent.
Been here before.
Hmm.
This is a bit inconvenient.
It's not great. I'm gonna thoroughly examine the damage to my sword and see if I can figure anything out about what's going on with that.
It's almost like I'm providing you guys with roleplay opportunities. Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, give us a intelligence check, please, on your blade.
Oh.
Well,
It sure is dented.
I'm gonna give you
What is-
advantage because you're a military background. Give us an actual roll. Come on.
what am I holding?
What is this?
Did it not go through?
I guess not.
Slightly.
So after a while of examining it, you can see that where the gap, it's almost like something's taken a bite out of it, of your sword as you've hit it.
Oh.
But where the almost semicircles in the blade, they are very clean. So it's almost like so when you hit whatever you hit, it took the sword with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like a cookie cutter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can I have a look at it?
You're sat right there with them, so yes.
How large were they? Like,
So the
a
orbs.
measure. Give me a.
So the glowy thing in the things that you were fighting. Going off the fruit that you've seen, the glowy is around that, and the chunks in the sword are about like that size, like half of that size in the chunks. So there's three places where Kronos has hit the cores, and there's three like apple-sized chunks out of it. But where it's been chunked, it's nice and clean.
Kaybes
Uh,
was using
No,
green flame blade any time she used her sword. So, how's her sword looking?
So your sword, is yours? What's it made of?
It's a steel sword. But
Steel.
it was like
Yeah,
yeah,
steel.
but it was surrounded by magic every time I used it because it's green flame blade. So wondering
Yeah.
if
So the material is
Okay.
steel, though, right?
Yeah.
Your sword is fine.
I got it off an army die.
Your sword is fine.
Okay.
So I have the cantrip mending.
Okay. What does that do?
The spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, two halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, a leaking wineskin. As long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage.
Okay. Do you want to give it a shot?
Will that work there?
One way to find out.
Does it just happen? Is it a cantrip?
Yeah,
And it just happens.
it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
I touch an object. Casting time is 1 minute.
That's cool.
per
I mean, you've
single-
got plenty of time. Time's not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, so sort of role play it for us. What are you doing to the blade to try and mend it?
Say, can I have a look at that blade?
Sure.
Huh. Well, looks like those things do a number on your weapon. Well, luckily I missed with my repair. Anyway, want to see a magic trick?
All right.
And I just place my hand over where the
where the
damage
chunk is.
is.
So you go to cast it, and you know you've cast it, and your magic seems to be sucked into where the center of it. So where it's been chunked, it's like half of the apple size. Where you go to like mend it, your energy seems to get absorbed into it, but nothing happens.
And voila! I've turned a magic sword into a still damaged sword. Here, you can have it back. Huh.
But you do.
Peculiar.
Crow, can I get you to roll an intelligence check?
Amazing.
Yeah.
You didn't sound impressed from the beginning.
We are about to go to sleep.
We are piled in
Huh.
this tent.
You can't work
Just
out what
really
happened.
stumped.
Did I notice what's going on? Or is this not a visual key?
No,
This
no,
is
it's a visual thing.
energy.
So Crow
Okay.
put energy into
Crow
it.
just placed it.
But it's almost like like each of the chunks out of the blade is like mini black holes of magic. So roll us an intelligence check when you're observing that, Sved. And Kronos, for that matter.
Sure.
All three of you were watching it, so...
Everybody.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Yeah, so each of you saw the energy go into, like, basically black,
Just disappear.
yeah, so they're like voids in space. If that makes sense. For magic. So they're like sinkholes.
Okay. I want to try something.
Yeah?
I
What you wanna
cast
try?
Mage Hand,
Okay.
and I just have it float there. And I reach out my hand for the sword, for them to hand it to me, if you will.
Here,
Might as well give it a
I just
shot.
told up.
Okay. I take it, and I don't swing at the hand, because I'm probably going to miss, but I'm going to just bring the sword up to one of those gashes where my Mage Hand is.
Yeah, very cool idea. Very cool. So as you put the sword close to it, like literally where the mage hand energy is, like chunks of the hand get absorbed into where the orb would be in each of the gaps. Does that make sense?
I personally think this is an upgrade.
So
We
it's
have a
like
magic
it's
vacuum.
it's like creating voids in magic space.
This
Okay.
could be very useful in future.
I've seen worse swords.
Having a sword with anti-magic, theoretically,
That's the one.
we don't know where it goes.
I'm glad that I
But that could be
explained it well
useful.
enough. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Cool.
We don't know where it goes, so be cautious until we learn that, but it could be useful, and I will hand the sword to Kronos.
Okay.
Here, let me fix your sword for you. It's not fixed, but it might be better.
But
It's not
And are
magic, but it's anti-magic. Yeah.
Are the 3 chunks on the same side of the sword?
It's where Kronos hit the cores with. So I would imagine they're the same side.
Mostly towards the tip, I think, going for stabs.
Yeah. Looking a little bit like cheese, but yeah. And it's iron, isn't it? Your sword.
Yes.
Cool.
So when I pull a sword away, does the mage hand come back?
So
Or
where
is it just-
so your hand is looking like cheese too.
Interesting.
Where the void is. Yeah.
Then I'll
Almost
just
like
dispel
it's
it.
got like woodworm in your magic hand. But yes.
Good to know. Good to know.
if you dispel and resummon your hand, would it be whole again? Is the next question I'd say.
That
Well, all the girls are
Yeah.
in their tent, so you wouldn't know that.
This is
So
just happening.
I'm satisfied with my findings so far, so I'm just gonna dispel the
What I'm
hand.
saying is,
Our.
yeah, take note.
Our
and-
findings. Our findings.
I love it.
Correct.
So while the boys are playing with their swords, we'll go to the girls' tent.
Wait.
Cool. So
Look,
whilst
maybe
they're
not.
doing that, what are the girls doing?
Just show it to us.
Put that back in the sheath.
Yeah. Right. So what are the girls doing?
KB puts on a pair of like half-rimmed spectacles and pulls out a book of poetry. And she like telling you, but if you examine the book, you realise this book of poetry is something they might give in like middle school or something. I don't know what American grades are actually. So
Roughly the same.
what like juniors.
Is it more of a catchphrase book for taunts or something?
It's more like how like Spike Milligan does like the
Yeah.
poetry and it's like short and silly poems. But she's reading that, but she's like she's putting the same kind of airs as
Yeah.
you would for like reading like the grandest of poetry.
Cool.
Sophisticated lady. Dr. Seuss book, sophisticated lady.
Cool.
If anyone wants to examine the glasses, they don't even have glass in them; they're just frames.
Cool.
Binks is having a bath,
Mhm.
and I am whittling something.
Oh,
Ooh.
Don't know what it is though.
don't know. All right, I haven't felt the inspiration
Mhm.
getting started on the shape.
Yeah,
Cool.
I have a block of wood I found outside.
Mhm.
Not an actual block, you know. That would have been weird if it was like into a block.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
So this can 3x3 by 4. Just found it out there, you know.
full on wood turning in your tent. Like it. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's the evening. Can I have Sophia and Sved roll perception check, please?
Why me?
You said perception, right?
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
worry
well.
about it. It's just a storm. Don't worry about it.
It's just more.
And
Yeah.
you can hear from the girls' tent, KB, in a very serious voice, reciting. Let's get the. The ning nang nong, where the cows go bong, and the monkeys all say boo. There's a nong nang ning, where the trees go ping, and the treetops chipper chapper choo.
Well, that's what
On the
the people inside your tent is hearing. The boys are
Yeah.
not hearing any of that.
That's gonna look like the poetry. She's very serious.
I raise an eyebrow.
KB is very interested in the higher arts.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're going into nighttime and actual sleep now. So you're each in separate tents. So out of the three of you, who's taking the first watch in each tent?
KB might as well.
I think I'm the only one without night vision, so I'll go first.
Cool. So give us some rolls for each tent, please.
Ah.
What's the check?
Perception, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
22 for KB. She's on form tonight.
11. It's a little dark already.
That's all right.
Later than I'd like.
So nothing happens in the boys' tent, and in the girls' tent, you swear you hear someone walking outside in the rain.
That actually happened last night. Anyway.
Huh?
What?
Sorry, at my actual house that happened last night at 3 in the morning.
What happened?
What?
I don't know. Our camera went off, and then I heard somebody by the bedroom window, which is like on the opposite side of the house,
That sounds
like going, "Come here, come here!" And I was like, I assume somebody lost their pet
unless
at 3
it's
in the
unless
morning
it's
in our backyard.
you
That's
know
unfortunate.
unless it's the predator just using a voice mimic or something.
All right.
Oh,
Want some candy? No,
I know. I was
that's a
like,
yikes.
Yep, that's a yikes moment. That yeah.
KB is going to attempt to go into stealth and stealthily slip out of the tent to see what's going on.
Roll us a
Alright.
stealth check.
Oh.
Oh my god, you're invisible. It's almost
So
yeah.
I go and check in the direction, see if I can see anyone or anything.
Do you have night vision?
Yes,
Up to how far away?
60 feet.
Okay.
"Man, good.
So you see a vague humanoid
Another-
shape. Walking with that roll. Walking towards the tent.
I'm going to sneakily sneak towards it to get a better look. Or if it's coming towards me, I'm going to stay still and wait actually, since with that roll. But I'm going to ready myself in case I need to attack.
So with that roll, it's not reacting to you.
So is it walking? Would it be walking towards me since it's walking towards the tent?
Yes.
Right. I'm just going to stay hidden and wait for it to get closer, see if I can see what it is before I make a decision whether to attack or not.
So from what you can tell, it seems to be a humanoid shambling. Yeah. Not moving very fast, but what catches your ear as strange is every time the foot falls, you hear ripping of roots,
Oh.
and then
No,
ripping of roots where it's lifting its foot up and then placing it back down again.
I don't like that.
So
If it's a plant thing, would I be able to see its core because they glow?
are you specifically looking for that?
Well, if I can hear ripping of roots, and this thing is shambling, and I've had experience with these things multiple times now,
Mhm.
so now I'm on the lookout for this core.
Strangely, you can't see any glow anywhere.
Is this a source? Anyway, I'm not involved. 'Cause I'm
You're snoring your head off. You're fine, and KB hasn't woken you up, so
right. Yeah, I'm not in the tent, so.
I know I'll get a sneak attack if I manage to and then I can wake everyone up. So
Have I been notified?
the
No, you
boys
don't-
are fast asleep in their tent.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak close enough to it so I can throw my gladiatorial net.
Okay. So
Uh,
you can't really make much details out as you're getting closer.
That's why I want to try to capture it before.
Bear in mind,
I-
the rain is coming down and it's nighttime, so you're going to try and capture it, okay?
just at least temporarily, just to see, what this thing.
How are you
might be.
capturing it? How are you attempting to do that?
I've got the net, which was if I hit it with
Okay.
the string,
Okay.
and let's just bring up the net. That's dexterity. Okay. Dex plus that'd be 6. Okay. So my attack roll. Oh God, I nat one it.
Oh,
So you go to throw the net, but the wind and the rain basically blows the net off course.
As I see it go, of course, then I shout out, I shriek out, "Alarm!" Oh, hang on a second. Oh,
You
fucking-
shout alarm.
please change
Okay. Can I have everybody
that.
roll a perception check except KB? Sphaire's asleep.
Yep, he was. Is.
Slippery is asleep.
Jeez.
Wow.
Come on. If I'm gonna have to face this thing alone, I'll be
Well,
Crow
heard you.
Come on, I shrieked it out. Come on, everybody.
Well, the thing is, there's a storm going on, and it's like people are asleep.
Yeah.
So. But Crow, you hear KB shout.
You can like rouse the other people in your tent at least.
Right. So, huh? I just
Is
I
that
don't
your
know.
reaction?
No, I mean
I'm just gonna call back in bed.
no. Like I heard KB scream alarm, right?
Yeah.
That's just
And you know it's supposed to be Kronos' watch, but he seems to have fallen asleep.
yeah. Just poke my head out of the tent and slap him. Hey, did you hear something?
I mean, you heard someone shout alarm, so I think you should be a
Yeah.
bit more, oh, do you hear
So
something?
whilst this
Yeah,
is
I mean
happening,
I'm asking Kronos if he heard something.
Kronos is asleep.
Huh?
Well, yikes.
That's what I'm saying. So as you're doing that, and KB's sudden raised voice that only one of your party members heard, the creature in front of you is then alerted to your presence because you were in stealth. You're not now.
I figured since I missed it with the net, I want to get a second.
It
chance.
didn't actually react to that. It's reacted to your sound. And as it turns to you, you then see a glow in it. It was almost like this is what you see coming towards you.
Is it like the other thingies?
It's different.
Yikes.
Oh,
I'm yucky.
he's a big boy.
It's not that big. I was just showing you, showing people what it looks like. But it does seem to be slightly different to what you've faced before. Right, it's gonna try and give you a hug, KB.
Oh, that's not. Are you feeling the need for a hug?
What's your AC?
18.
Okay, so you're dodging out the way.
Is that with armor?
Yes.
And would you have taken it off at this point?
Oh, KB, like I said, she's a city girl. She's not like in a tavern or like staying in a nice room. She's not gonna trust anything out in the wild, so she's like keeping it on. She doesn't know if
Well,
like
that is
a
lucky.
wild badger will attack or something.
But
Like
that is
bombers.
something we need to consider: is who's wearing their armor.
I like it. I like it.
She's convinced that like rabid wombles are like
Actually, a thing.
patrolling the place.
Cool. So then, can I get a initiative roll for KB and Crow? Everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So Crow, you're up.
Ah, do I see the thing?
Roll a perception check for me. Do you have You have your goggles on?
I do. I went out to investigate with my sword. What was that like? Oh, dogs.
Yep, the dog certainly sees something coming.
Sorry, we're muting.
Right. What was I doing again? Perception check, right?
Yes. Yep, you can see it. You can see what's happening. There's a shape. Seems to be trying to wrestle with KB. And with your night vision, you can see that it's slightly different to what you faced before. Some similarities, but some not.
Huh.
Like you can see the art there.
Yeah, I can see the art. Hmm. It's raining, right?
It is raining. A nice heavy downpour.
Just that big boy. So let's see. KB's out there dodging, right?
Yep.
I
So
put myself next to it since it's grabbing me or something.
2 easy dodges and then 1 almost a dodge, almost.
Should I put my character next to the thing since we're engaged?
Sure. So in terms of size, it's like that big compared to you.
I don't have much that's gonna make a lot of noise. So
A voice.
yeah, I'm just gonna yell instead.
Wake up, you lazy bastards!
Yeah, like we got company. Get up. Just who was on watch on our tent again?
Kronos.
But he's asleep now.
Yeah, just give him
It's
a
coming
good
up
slap
to
awake.
2 hours. So that's where we'll wrap it up. For now, so we can pick up this next time. So
Suspense.
I'll put you up near it, and then we know that you
One hell of a cliffhanger here.
Yeah, you two are awake trying to deal with this, and everybody else is nice and happily asleep.
You know Chronos is going to get a kick in from KB after this. He'll be fell asleep.
Cool. So yeah, that wraps it up for this week. Is everyone happy for next week?
Yeah.
I think so. It's, I grabbed my
obviously
work
let us
roster,
know
but I
if you
think
can
I'm-
make it. Thank you everybody for watching. And catch you next time.
That was the